Right now, we are in Annapolis, Maryland, which is the capital city of the state of Maryland. This is the last capital city of the Capitalism 2012 tour. This is Capitalism 2012. Annapolis is famous for its beautiful views and architecture. It's also well known for having the Naval Academy, and it also has some of the most patriotic Americans we've met on this entire tour. Ted and Beth of Chick and Ruths. Tell us where we're standing right now.
We're standing in the heart of historic Annapolis in front of our family restaurant, which was established in 1965, Chick and Ruth's Deli.
Right.
Chick and Ruth were my parents, and we ran it for many years, and my wife and I, Beth and I, run it now.
So I hear that every morning you both do something very patriotic.
We do the pledge to the flag
Right.
7 days a week. For February will be 24 years. We do it every day of the week. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, and welcome to Chick and Ruth's. Like we do every morning, we stop for a moment to do the pledge to the flag of the United States. If everybody will stand and join in. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and have a very good day.
So you all do something else that's very patriotic. You have an organization called Faces of Valor USA. Tell us a little bit about that, when you started it and what it is.
That's 7 years ago. My wife and I decided that doing the pledge wasn't enough. So we started the foundation up and we raised money for soldiers, men and women that were wounded in the line of duty, and we do something for them. And this year, there's a gentleman named Sergeant Luis Rosa-Valentin. He has 2 children, 2 little girls. He has both legs were blown off in his arm. He's deaf and blind in one eye, and we're building his whole basement out. We're putting a full basement in, a bedroom, a playroom, a man cave for him, most importantly an elevator. Luis happens to be here today. He's upstairs in the dining room. We'd love to introduce you to him. He's a great guy, and he's the reason why we're here free.
Let's do it. Hey, Luis, I'm Henry. Good to meet you.
And his daughters, Millie and Bella.
Bella and Millie, nice to meet you both. So, Luis, you were injured in Iraq.
Yes.
What year?
I was with 4th ID back then. That was in 2008.
Right. And triple amputee. What happened?
It was a pretty bad firefight, and as I was moving from one cover and conceal position to the next, one of the places that I stopped had the IED in it, and they just detonated on me.
Right.
The surgeons did what they could, and they decided that I wasn't going to make it. So they put me on the next flight over to the States so that my family could say goodbye to me
Right.
while I still had a pulse, instead of saying goodbye to a corpse.
Sure.
So it just, I was given 0% chance.
Wow.
And I just came out of it one day, 2 weeks. 2 weeks in a coma, just maybe a day or two over. And when I woke up, I was both blind, deaf, and mute.
Right.
Mute because every bone in my face was shattered, so my jaw was wired shut.
Right.
I was blind. I could see lights, shapes, and colors, but my eyes had taken pretty good beating. And then deaf, I'm still deaf, but I hear now with the cochlear implant.
Right. So it's an amazing situation here. You are a triple amputee, single dad with these 2 gorgeous girls.
Yes.
So what's life like, with 2 kids who are up, running around, obviously very switched on and active?
When I was married, I'd always think it's like, my wife had it easy. She's just at home with the kids. I'm out in the middle of the woods for like 3 days training.
Right.
It's like, no, man, I'd rather be out in the woods. These kids can drive your energy level just way down. And what they do, you see, is they suck it out of you,
Yeah.
and then they burn it in front of you out of spite. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Everybody, when I was in the hospital, they asked me, what do you want to do now that you're going to be out of the Army? I said, I want to raise my kids.
Right.
And goodness gracious, that's a full-time job right there. When I went to war, I prepared myself for possibly dying.
Right.
I did not prepare myself for possibly living.
Right.
So it's a great adventure. It's a hard journey, but I've never shied away from a challenge.
This is Annapolis, Maryland, the last capital city that we're going to be in on the Capitalism 2012 tour. It's been several weeks, night after night after night, in every capital city all the way across America. It's been a great time, and I found out a lot of commonalities that we Americans have with each other. All the interviews have been amazing. It's been nothing but a great experience, and also more importantly, a learning experience. The takeaway, our similarities, our common dreams and goals far outweigh and eclipse our dissimilarities, our disagreements, and our differences. And I hope that perhaps you have enjoyed watching us meet all these amazing people and hearing their stories, and that it gave you something to think about as well.